Eyes down for the Good afternoon, folks. It's a gorgeous sunny afternoon at Langtoft. It's very warm. And what are we working on? We're working on a seat. But it's not a tractor seat. It's actually for the new mobility scooter, which we've just bought for Angela. Right, and I've just been putting a spring on this rather cockamamie rig, but it does work, so we'll try it on and see if it's good. Bye now. Good morning, folks. Tuesday, and it is actually morning, and it's scorching hot. Beautiful day, and I was pondering, look at those apples, lots of them, but all very small. Maybe not as many as I usually get, all very small. Now, last year, for the first year, all those apples fell around the tree and never got picked up and rotted back into the soil. I wonder if that signals the tree not to bother, because I'm not bothering. Who knows? Right, okay, jobs for today. Firstly, we have the seat off the Sparrow Barrow, the mobility scooter. This is the seat post that fits into the machine. This is supposed to be a device that locks it in position. Well, it doesn't, because when you're actually on the thing, that turns, that goes out like that, and it just comes loose and spins. So I've had a look at it on the net, and I've seen what the original mechanism is. And the original mechanism is a lever that pivots from there, has a spike that sticks into there, and then goes out between here with a spring on it to there. To there? No, where is the spring? There. To there. Sorry, I'm not showing you, am I? To there. Spring to there. So we know what's wanted. All we have to do is make it. Second job is to try my little repair on the chainsaw oiling mechanism to see if it can be done. Third job is to continue with this. Now that I've just had a bit of a polish out in there, and as you can see, that's come up nice and shiny. Right, I might give it a bit more. I don't know, but I think that's good enough. Right, it's just use some Brasso. Just a little bit of overspray on it, and also lots of dirt on it, but it's brought the paint back to a nice fine shine now. I don't know if you can actually see that, but it is shiny, so that would do. So that's the third job, and then of course I have to mount it on the freshly painted transformer box. So off we go. I'll bring you back when I've done it. Bye now. Right, folks, step one completed. I've taken the pivot off the let me show you. I've taken the pivot off the old bar, and I've taken the tooth off the old bar. So what we want is basically that, right? And that might have to have a bit of bend in that bar, just so that it goes back far enough to, I think, actually probably like that. And then a bit of a bend in that bar so it goes back far enough to free it. The first thing to do, however, is to get those two, that one and that one, welded onto this bar, a piece of this bar, and we want a piece of this bar about yay long. So let's cut it at the thumb. Bye now. Said it before, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you ever see one of these, which is a plumber's lead, what would you call it? It's called a lead wiping clamp, which the idea is that you put one pipe through there and you have one pipe through there, and you bring the two together and you solder around it in a T, or you join two pieces of pipe together. So useful. Put it in a vise, you can hold anything of any shape in any position. Such a useful thing. Right, I'm going to weld that. Bye now. There we go, folks. Free, locked. Free, locked. Spring from there to there. I'm going to have to put a little loop on there. It's still hot, is that? Put a little loop on there to pick the spring up, stop it sliding down the slope. Job's a good one. Right, onward. There it is, folks. Welded up, little loop on it, drying, paint. Right, job done. On to the next. There we are, folks. Job's a good one. Pull it back, it's free, let go, and it locks. On to the next. For the sake of domestic bliss, I've just fitted in another little job. Can you see the two brass trim washers underneath the screw there that just hold the blade taut? I've had to make those. I don't know what the hell size it is. It looks like quarter, but it isn't. So I've had to make them. Luckily, I found I had a core punch and I could just punch the centre hole out. And I've cut the outside with scissors, but that has cured it. There you go. Right, well that's the shade on, and I've discovered why there was only two screws in it, and that's because the other two threads were stripped. So what I've done is put some metric screws in. I've tapped it metric and put two metric countersunk screws in. Not pretty, but we've got to remember it's a workshop. Okay, another little job. Step forward. Bye now. There we are, folks. One rebuilt lamp. Ready to fit to the lathe, which that one's going to go on the Covmac. Which means I need to get a two-phase feed to the box, which I'll probably bring from the starter, so that when the motor's running the light goes on. Right, another job finished. What's going on? Right, next we'll get into that chainsaw and see if my little idea is going to work or not. Right, I'll bring you back when I'm in there. Bye now. And there's the earlier model back together. The cast iron Menlo transformer. Push on, pull off. There you go, Menlo. Another job finished. My God. Right, folks, I've looked at this and I don't think it's going to work. My idea was to get a little piece of pipe and push it into there, so that the oil ran out of there and down the pipe and came out there, which is where the feed is to the bar. You see, if you look at this plastic here, it's all raised. All this is like warped, and it's not sealing. And what's happening is the oil is running out of here and straight into here. I may have made some improvement. But I don't know. Perhaps if I can put a little, sort of like a gasket round it. But basically, this is plastic and it's not up to the job. So, there you go. I'll have a tinker with it, see what I can achieve. Bye now. Right, folks. Whether this will work or not, I don't know. But I've gently and carefully applied some instant gasket. We'll see. That'll fix it. Bye now. Well, the good news is, folks, it's all back together and I think that's cured it. The bad news is it now won't start. Don't ask me why it won't start. It's got a very good spark. There's plenty of fuel there. There's plenty of compression there. And then I took the spark plug out again and dropped it. And it broke. And there is no central electrode. Although this is a FRCJ4, which I think is a resistor plug, which means it may have had a resistor in there and not a solid rod. But I can't find the other half. It flew under the bench and it's missing and I can't find it. Anyway, that's immaterial. I just have to order a new plug. I shall try to get something other than a Champion, because I won't put Champion plugs in a wheelbarrow, to be honest. They're bloody awful things, and always were. When I was in the game, when I was in the motor trade and doing servicing, I always used NGK or Bosch. You could fit a Bosch spark plug, and at the next service you could take that spark plug out, clean it, gap it and put it back in, because it was not even partly worn. When you took a Champion spark plug out at the next service, it was knackered, and you threw it away and put some more in. So there you go. So it'll be either an NGK equivalent or a Bosch equivalent that I get. Don't buy Champion spark plugs, they're bloody awful. Right, this had one in from new. There you go. So it's just gone 4 o'clock. I've had enough. I'm packing it in, and I'm going to go home and order another spark plug. Or I'll probably order 2 or 3 actually. Then we've got spares. What a pain. Never mind, it'll go. Bye now. Morning folks, Wednesday. The chainsaw is on hold till the plugs come. So next job I think I'll do is finish that handle over there for the pressure washer. Right then, onward. I decided to keep it simple. Not to try and bend a piece of tube, because I'll be there for hours. So there we are, piece of galvanised strip, which is going to get welded to those 2 plates now. And then we need to put a loop on this side just to drop the lance into, so that the lance drops into that little seat there. So it's weldy time. Right, back soon. Right folks, there's part 1 done. So next we need a loop to hold that, just hold that against there, and then we can wrap the cable, probably to stand it off a bit actually, like that, and then we can wrap the cable round the handle, and it then becomes something that I don't have to bend down and drag by its plastic bits. Actually, this is a very good pressure washer, because it's old, because it's an old Karcher. The modern Karcher's a bit iffy. Right folks, Keith's back, so I am now heading towards the field, or towards whatever job we've got to do today. So I'll just go around and check I've turned everything off, and then we will reconvene at Wickhani Farm. Bye now. Right folks, here we are in a mobility scooter that apparently is not charging. So I'm going to plug the charger in now and look for the battery voltage going up when we switch the charger on. It's a good test. Right then, I'll bring you back in a minute. Right folks, we have confirmed the new batteries are good. We've confirmed the new batteries are being fully charged. Right, so the charger is working. What we have so far is a faulty socket here, because if you wiggle, you maybe can't hear that, but that's making a buzzing sound. If you wiggle it, it goes off, it goes up and down. Maybe we put some WD-40 in it. You can't get the pins out or anything, but we've done it as best we can. It appears now to be charging. It's certainly, we've got current flow with the old clip-on meter on here, so we've got current flow on both of them, so that's the only problem. This nightmare of wiring, because what's happened is somebody's obviously changed some connectors and possibly put a different control box in. This fuse was also not open circuit, but when I unplugged it and plugged it back in again, other things started working. So there you go. Right, so that now seems to be these indicators still don't work. The hazard flashes do work. Front and back, the lights work. So that's near enough. or at least that bit works. The main beam works, the dip beam doesn't, but there you go. That might even be it might not even have a, they look like torch bulbs. But anyway, there we go. Right, next thing to do is to jack it up at the back end and run it, because my wife had one of these, a 3-wheeler one, pretty much identical underneath at the back, and we took it to the Green Man Festival. We used to take it every year, and the first year I took it, it quit within about an hour. And the problem was this brake here had, it had obviously been stud, the brake had got rusty and it wasn't releasing. So there you go. So this could be the problem. I'm trying to ignore this massive bird's nest of bodgy wiring, because to be honest, it's working. So there you go. Right, we shall see what we shall see. I shall bring you back if anything wonderful happens, but not knowing my life, it probably won't. Bye now. Right folks, I should have shown you, but I forgot. I've neatened all the wiring up underneath that panel there, and we're back to where we were, and it's all working again. The batteries are tested fine. The battery charger is charging the batteries. The batteries are fully charged. So what we've got is either a traction problem, which could be that this brake isn't working properly, isn't coming off properly, isn't clearing, or a control problem. So I'm hoping it's that brake that's seized up with it being stood, or sticky with it being stood. But that's it. That's Wednesday gone. So I'll see you all tomorrow for the next instalment of thrilling mobility scooter repairs. Bye now. Morning folks. Thursday. And a slightly out of position hook. You put that on the wall, it's like that, and it should be like that, because this has come off and they've resoldered it, and they've resoldered it slightly in the wrong position. It needs moving around. So, first job, otherwise I'll be in trouble at home. Bye now. Ah, that's better. A bit of breathing space. Right, I shall now do this little soldering job. Bye now. There we go folks. Tiny bit of flux. Double O lamp. And in she went. And I found some screws as well. Isn't that lucky? So there's a little job for tonight. Right. It's time to go towards mobility scooters. And I've found my tin of Allen keys that was missing. It was here all the time, just over there. Wouldn't you know it? There you go. Right, off we go. Bye now. Right folks, we've made a breakthrough. The little speed controller that was in there has been smashed and wasn't working hardly at all. So, we've ordered one. It'll be here shortly. There's loads of them on the internet. So we can't really go any further until I've replaced that. But I have found that if you put it into forward, you can actually grab these wheels and stop them. So it's not developing any power. So it's either an electronic control problem, i.e. thyristor probably in there, or something else, or possibly the magnetic brake that isn't releasing fully. Now when Cass was playing up, we went to the Green Man Festival and Cass' scooter packed up, and I had to strip that and rebuilt it, and when I stripped it and rebuilt it, it made a huge difference, and it zoomed straight off and was no more trouble. But this is something that does happen when they are left stood, and this has been left stood. So there you go. Right, that's it. Thursday's over. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye now. Morning folks. Friday, and it's grass cutting day. But it's not looking too good. When I got up this morning, I checked the weather, said it wasn't going to rain till 4 o'clock. Now it says it's going to rain at 12 o'clock, which is nearly now. So the tractor is behaving itself perfectly. There is no water loss. So I haven't lost any water into the sump. I haven't lost any water into the cylinders. So I'm quite happy about that. I've already done a couple of cuts and now I'm going to do a couple more. So there you go. I'm going to try and rig the camera so that you can see me going round from that post there. So I'll bring you back in a bit. Bye now. Here we go. Well, there we are, folks. We've made a mess of it again. I was going to record myself doing that. I set the camera up on that corner there, put tractor cam on the tractor. I was parked over there, Went back to it and it wouldn't start. The battery appeared to be suddenly flat. When the tractor was parked over there where the sheet is, it was low, but it started. So I got it out and it was charging away merrily, and I did 2 circuits round and I thought, right, I'll go and get my cameras. So I turned the tractor off, parked it up just over there, went and got the cameras, set up the camera on the corner, set up tractor cam on the tractor itself, came back to it, dead. Nothing at all, like there wasn't a battery on it. So I went and got jump leads and the 2CV tractor, pulled the 2CV tractor alongside it, jumped it up, and eventually, after I've been charging away with the 2CV tractor for about 20 minutes, it started. Now I've taken the tractor down there and I thought, right, I'll put it on charge. So I put the battery on charge, nothing. No circuit through the battery. It's not a new battery, it's about 3 or 4 years old, maybe more. But it's done next to nothing. It's never been out in the frost. Right, and it has, shut up dogs! Doggos! And it has no circuit through it. The charger didn't even register it was there. So now I'm going to test it, take it off, and take it back to Scruton's. What do you mean, come here? What does he want now? Something stupid. It's a stick, Keith. Do you want me to assist you in carrying said stick? Oh, steady. Right, stick carrying, off we go. Where are we going?
Oh, just out of the way.
Out the way. Where's out the way? Right, okay, I'll bring you back in a minute. Bye now. And here we are, folks. Tractor battery on charger, switch on charger, nothing. No circuit through battery. Right, next thing to do, take battery off and see what Scrutons have got in stock. Right, bring you back in a minute. Bye now.
It works, is it?
No, I know. I wasn't really serious, but have you done it?
Yeah, it's all solid now, it won't move at all.
Really?
No, I haven't done it.
Right, there we go, folks. There it is. There it is. It's a new battery. It's actually 900 cranking amps instead of 750, so it should almost take off. Right? It was only 166 quid. Isn't life grand? Right, let's go back and see if we can do a bit more. Bye now. Friday, folks, the witching hour. The tractor's back in its place. I tried to record some footage of me cutting the field. Keith's cut all this, it looks fabulous. Right, the doggos are being very quiet. I bet they're going to start barking any second now. And I tried to record it. The tractor quit. £160 for a new battery. There they go. And we've got this bit done. The tractor's back in its little hidey hole. And on Monday we'll do the rest. We'll do the rest. So, you see the cattle on Cattle Bank? There they are, sitting in the grass. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sending me likes. Send me comments, even if you think it's rubbish. There we go. So I'll see you all next week, and next Monday, if fine, and it looks like it's going to be, right, I shall get set up with the GoPro and this camera I'll have this as the static camera. I'll put the GoPro on the tractor and see if I can actually film some of me actually cutting. Or I might just get Keith to sit somewhere and film me. Right, so we're back to the bank. We've got the bank cut again, Badgerville, and on Monday we'll cut this. It's a wonderful view. Right, see you all next week. Bye now.